In this video, I'm going to be covering TEKS 7.7a. It says I can represent linear relationships using tables, graphs, and equations. So in this particular video, I'm going to focus on the graph portion. In my problem, it says which equation best represents the relationship between x and y in the graph. So I see this word right here, equation. If I look right over here at my reference chart, here's my equations, and the only equation that we're dealing with so far is y equals mx plus b. Plus, if I even just look at my answer choices, they are in the form of y equals mx plus b, okay? So that's the equation that they want me to look for. They want me to look for y equals mx plus b. Now, according to some of the cheat codes that we have on our reference chart, we see Mr. Slopeman right here, okay? So looking at Mr. Slopeman and looking at the function that we have, the equation that is graphed, I can tell right away that my slope is going to be negative. So for my m is going to be a negative number. I'm going to just go ahead and put a negative sign right there, okay? Now, because I know that my m is going to be negative, let's look at our answer choices real quick and find all of our m's. And we're going to eliminate the ones that are not negative. So we can eliminate this one and we can eliminate this one, because they are not negative. Now, let's go back over here and let's finish this out. So I know that I'm going to need an M and a B. So I've labeled my B right here. I labeled my M. Now let's label my B. My B is the easiest one to find. Why? Because I'm just going to go over here to my graph and I'm going to find where the y-axis touches with this function, where they cross each other. That's what I'm looking for. And I can see that they cross right here. Okay, that is my y-intercept. So my y-intercept is at the number 3. Okay, I can come over here and I'm going to make sure on my answer choices that trying to see like, okay, can I eliminate either one of these? So far, I cannot, because they're both positive and my y-intercept is a positive 3, okay? So far, we still got to finish out this equation, okay? Or sorry, finish out this problem. And we got to actually find what the slope will be, what the m will be. So that way we can plug it in to our equation over here and actually see what the equation is for this line. So on our reference chart right over here, okay, we have another cheat code, and that cheat code is this one right here, okay? And that is the cheat code for m, for our slope. So we're going to use rise over run. So remember that we got to pick 2 good points. They can be any good points that you want. I'm going to go with this point right here and this point right here. Now, so I'm going to do my rise over run. So I'm just going to connect them using a right triangle. My rise is over here on this side. That was 1, 2. Okay, so that's a number 2. My run is down here. And that was just 1 unit. So that's the number 1. So now, let me come back over here. Should have labeled it. So be better than me and label it for you, okay? So I'm going to do rise over run. Again, my rise was 2. My run was 1. I know that this can be simplified down to the number 2. Don't forget that we said that our slope was going to be negative. So bring your negative sign over here. Okay, and then so now you have your m. Your m is equal to negative 2. Your b is equal to 3. So now let's actually write this equation. Y equals mx plus b. Instead of the m, I'm now going to plug in -2. Still keep the x. And then we still keep the plus, because remember our y-intercept is a +3, and plug in 3 right here. So now I can compare my answer choices to this one, and I can see that my answer is H.